years ago, I participated in a program with most of the 10 women who had led provincial and territorial governments in Canada. The program was entitled No Second Chances, and I was surprised at the number of participants for whom the leadership experience was unhappy and demoralizing. Often, their chance to lead came when their parties were in bad shape and the electoral prospects were dim. If they succeeded, their male colleagues worked to edge them out, since the top job was now attractive. If they were unable to turn the party fortunes around, the result was put primarily on their shoulders. The risks of leading are greater for women than for men. That being said, I have no regrets about my own experience. My observations of national leaders, such as Jacinda Ardern of New Zealand and Germany's Angela Merkel, are that they love what they do. They are among the most respected leaders of either sex in the world today. The late UC Berkeley philosopher Joseph Tussman liked to say, "The unit of human understanding is the story." In exploring their routes to leadership, Piper and Samarasekera tell the stories of their lives. Their decision as friends and colleagues to do this together is much to their readers' benefit, as the parallel storytelling allows us to take note of the differences and similarities in their paths. As skilled teachers, the authors reflect on what they describe and draw out the lessons to be learned from their leadership experiences. I found that this structure encouraged me to compare my own life as a female first. The observations of Piper and Samarasekera form an excellent framework for discussion and personal reflection for anyone, man or woman, who is interested in women and leadership. There is also a good dose of solid research incorporated into the discussion. One of the major developments in the understanding of leadership since my own youthful days is the growing body of scholarly research on why gender barriers occur and also on the skills and competences that women bring to leadership roles. Far from confirming the stereotypical assumption that men are more natural leaders, research shows that women often exceed men in the skills required to lead successfully. Both Piper and Samarasekera describe their post-presidential experiences sitting on corporate boards of directors. Numerous studies confirm the wisdom of these appointments, to the extent that many jurisdictions require gender diversity on the boards of publicly traded companies. Support comes in the form of studies such as one by Credit Suisse, not an organization one would think of as excessively socially progressive, that demonstrated that companies that include women in senior management and on their boards of directors are more profitable than ones that do not. The question is no longer, how can we justify to our shareholders putting you, female, on the board, when our concern must be for the bottom line? Now the question becomes, knowing what you do about the value of women in management and on boards of directors, how do you justify to your shareholders that you do not have any? Finally, Nerve is a generous book because the authors share some of the missteps that almost derailed them. My experience is that when women speak honestly of their failings, this becomes an excuse for those who do not accept their presence in leadership roles to pile on, rather than allow an exploration of how to learn from mistakes. Piper and Samarasekera talk honestly about how it feels to be out of power, an inevitability for any leader. In my own life, I have helped to form 2 organizations of former presidents and prime ministers, the Council of Women World Leaders and the Club de Madrid. The former consists of women who are or have been president or prime minister of their countries, a growing number that is changing the landscape, showing who gets to do those jobs. The Club of Madrid, former democratically elected presidents and prime ministers of both sexes, is a forum that allows former leaders to use their knowledge,